The focus certainly is on the Hawks provincial offices in Bloemfontein. That's where ANC Secretary-General Ace Mohlaoli is expected to hand himself over to authorities. The governing party's top 6 official is expected to account for his alleged failure to provide oversight in that 255 million rand asbestos project. Pardon me. Mohlaoli was the Free State Premier at the time when money was allegedly unduly paid to Blackhead Consulting, a company owned by businessman Edwin Saudi. Tumaole Mohlaoli is my colleague who is tracking the story for us, at least this side of the story. He's outside the Hawks offices. Ziyanda Ngobo is outside the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court. I think, Tumaole, let's begin with you and tell us how things are expected to unfold this morning. What time are we expecting Ace Mohlaoli to arrive there?
A very good morning to you, Michelle. We are unclear at this stage exactly when Ace Mohlaoli, the Secretary-General of the ANC, is expected to arrive here at the offices where he is expected to hand himself over to the officials, the Hawks. We have been camped out here for just over an hour or so, and everything seems to be business as usual. Business as usual in one sense, but on the other hand, judging by the heavy police presence here, you can tell that something is going to happen. Police are keeping a very close eye on the situation. However, there have been no supporters or no marchers who have been around in this precinct. In fact, no one has pitched up. You can see that people are going on by their daily lives, and it seems like nothing would be happening to the unknowing eye. However, we do know that Mohlaoli and the provincial ANC have appealed to ANC supporters to let the law take its course, and that whatever needs to happen, people shouldn't be seen to be disrupting those processes. So what we do expect is that Ace Mohlaoli will then arrive here at the provincial offices of the Hawks, and then he will hand himself over, and then he will be taken into custody and then formally charged and then taken to court. So as and when that happens, we will be here and bringing you that developing story.
Tommy, before we let you go, the issues that we're facing today in the country around the appearance of Ace Mohlaoli in Bloemfontein there, it was an issue that was touched on by the President yesterday after some serious questions were posed to him in Parliament about how the party is dealing with corruption. And I suppose this in part is due to the ANC's flip-flopping around whether officials within its ranks who face corruption allegations should indeed step aside.
Absolutely, Michelle, and this has been a real bone of contention when it comes to the party, because the understanding, it seems, within the party as to how this matter of allegations of corruption and those who are facing serious charges of corruption should stay in positions of authority, leadership, and positions of power, whether it's both within provincial and national government structures and also within party structures. But I think the President coming out very clearly there to say that if there is an individual, no matter which position he holds, both within the government side of things as well as the party side of things, if there are charges of corruption that he should answer to in a court of law, then it is expected of an individual to step aside from their position until they are cleared of all wrongdoing by the legal processes. This seems to be the party line that now the President of the ANC, and of course by default the President of the country, wants to enforce, so that there is no contradiction, because we have known that in the past, for the longest while, officials have been traversing this line, some refusing to step aside from their positions, both in the party structures and both in the provincial government, while facing very serious allegations of corruption and having processes of legal processes going on in front of the courts. So now with this clear line, there should be no ambiguity, and officials now know what needs to be done. And we wait to see exactly what will happen in terms of how Ace Mohlaoli deals with that particular call from the President, and what will happen after he steps in court today.
Tumaole Mohlaoli, thanks very much for that. And of course, we will cross to you a little later on as well, as we continue to keep a watch there on your live position this morning, the Hawks provincial offices there in Bloemfontein.